After a very volatile day for my futures trading bot on May 15th, I ended up being a little up, then a little down. In total, lost about $700, but had some very close call trades that would have made it a much different day. Here I'm going to break down all the trades my bot made throughout the day and why. Using my role reversal strategy, I take former highs like right here that act as resistance or vice versa. And then once they're broken, they act as support levels, and I play a bounce off those key levels. Right around here at 8:30 Chicago time, 9:30 Eastern time, when the market opens, it gets pretty volatile. Now right here, if I zoom in for you, you can see that this candle at 8:35 just barely missed this level, which it would have entered long, and it would have hit right there for about $1,000. Which would have turned my losing day into a big winning day, but you can't dwell on those negatives. A few minutes later, we enter right at this level of this former high long. Now, I usually set a max loss of $500. Unfortunately, it did keep going down, and only a few ticks later, it would have turned right around, and it would have turned that losing trade into a winner of about $1,500. I like to cap the losses because sometimes, like this next trade, it entered short and it would have gone way away, and you don't want to blow up your entire account. But you can see the accuracy of this level, and this role reversal usually does work well. But I want to show you all the wins and the losses to keep things transparent. So missed that trade right there by a thread, missed entering by a thread. A bit unlucky, but that is what it is. You have some lucky days, some unlucky days. Got to stick with the plan. You can see I entered this short level right here at the same idea, broke below it, but it kept going up. So I started off those two trades. I was down about $1,000. Not ideal, but that's all right. Here my bot entered and exited quick because it was too close to the moving average for about a break even. Not a big deal. Now right here, we did hit the next trade for about $200. Nothing too crazy, but we'll take it. If I draw another arrow here, and we entered not quite at the level, because when things move very quickly like that, you don't get the perfect fill, but got in, exited at the moving average. So even though this was a big red candle, it did enter and exit really quick. Made a $200 trade, which helped a little bit because we were down significantly. Right here, we hit an absolute banger of a trade. Same concept as before. We set this high, broke above the high, and then we entered long at that same level right here. Went down a little bit to begin with, but that's why we give ourselves plenty of cushion. I usually use the same distance to the moving average, cap it at $500. Went down a little, but not enough. Bang, went up there, hit my profit target. This trade hit for about 900, give it a little less than $900. So that with this other target right here, we actually were up about $100 at this point in the day. Sometimes if I start off rough and then we go up a little, sometimes I'll just stop trading for the day. But here we kept it going, and you can see our luck fairly run out here. We used the same level to try and hit that trade again, and it started going up the right way. You can see it entered right here. It went as high as this level. I was looking for this moving average as a target, which would have made me about $600. Didn't quite get up there. I know sometimes after a failure like that, you get out a little early. I let it ride. Didn't work out for me. We got stopped out down here. Unfortunately, it only went down a little more, and it did end up reversing, and it would have gone up to right about over that moving average. So again, my bot got out a little bit early, but it did reverse at some point. Ended up losing a bit on that trade. We can fast forward to right here. This one lost as well. Ended up being this same level a few times in a row. Set the high, broke above it. I give it usually a couple candles, and we did not quite hit this trade. Same thing, I exit at the moving average or a little below the moving average. Went further than that, but it did still reverse, and this one would have made a ton of money if I let it ride. Sometimes, you know, the $500 stop or whatever, this one was only $150. The moving average stop sometimes works out well. Sometimes, you know, you wish you held it, but today was just one of those days that it kept just extending right below my stop loss, which was right here, and then it would have hit big. But I don't like to lose too much on one trade. Couple more losses right here, but then we come back, we hit this trade. Now this is the opposite way. We're now entering a position short. So we take this low level right here, which is now a support level. Once we break below it, it's going to act as resistance. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 candles close right below. Then we enter short at that level right here. I usually do the same rough distance from the moving average, so play it to the downside, and this one ended up hitting very nice for about was that $600. So here I'm back up on the day again, a couple $100. I only wanted to hit maybe a couple more, but you know, we got out, would have gone down more. Do the exact same thing here, ends up hitting 3 in a row at this level, so it definitely makes up for that tough level earlier that lost me a few. Go down, entered again right here. It was getting close to my stop level. That was probably around up here, but didn't quite get there. Had this beautiful red candle right here. Just missed my profit target, but ended up hitting it eventually. That one was another about $600. Right here, we entered one more time. Bang, hit that one for, what is that, maybe 300. So at this point, I was up pretty good in the day. I was feeling good. It was still early, you know, 11, 12 o'clock Eastern. Let it ride a little bit longer. And now here the bot started not doing the best. We tried to short at this level right here. Just did not bounce like I wanted it to. The volume was kind of high. This big green candle was a little treacherous, but the bot entered the trade right here. Did not quite work. Lost me about $300, give or take. A little later, we got this high right here, broke above it, entered right there, and then we hit that trade right here using this high back here, which took a little bit of time. You can see I did not enter like right here. We only closed above it a little, and then we closed below, above, below. I look for consistent closes on these minute candles above that level. So here we had 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row. So that's showing a little bit more signs of a true role reversal. Entered right there, hit the trade. You can see some of these right here, I almost had my bot enter, or my bot almost automatically entered, but we only had 1 or 2 candle closes above. I usually wait for more because it can be a little risky getting in early. Of course, that one would have worked out. 1, 2, came right down to that level and went way up. That could have made, you know, $800 or so. Been a bit of a game changer, but I look for more strong signals than that, and that one was a little too risky, so my bot filtered out that trade. Then of course here later in the day, things started getting away from me. I was up $500-600 on the day at this point. Probably should have called it a day, but we kept it running. This level right here of this high from back here that worked the first time. Once we came back down to it, no dice, absolutely tanked. Just not a great trade. It is what it is. Can't hit them all. This one was very unfortunate. We used this low from right here. Go above it. Bang. 1, 2, 3. Candle closes below. Entered a short position right here. Went up to the moving average, which is a shame because that was my $500 max stop. Barely touched the moving average. If I just held the line a little or didn't cut my losses, you could see it tanked all the way down here. That would have been a massive win for probably $2,000 if I held it the whole way. So here the strategy, it remains true, the role reversal. I just set the stop a little too aggressive. This was a volatile day, so I try not to let trades get too far away from me. I don't want to lose $1,000-2,000 on a trade. That can really set you back. But that's what makes it tough on the volatile days, that sometimes they just barely smooch the stop loss before a massive win. But I just don't like taking too much risk on a trade, so I set fairly aggressive stop losses. but I try and give myself enough cushion. Right here, clear level that we went above. Tried to short it right here, did not work. And look at this one. This was one of those ones where I was not very happy. We hit that stop literally to the tick. It hit my stop loss for max stop of $500. Absolutely devastating. It hit it to the tick before reversing and absolutely tanking. So again, the strategy was right, the role reversal, everything was perfect, except we just got extremely unlucky on this trade. A couple of those today, you know, if just one of those trades turned around and ended up being a profit target, we would have been up north of $1,000. We had 4 or 5 of these trades that just barely touched the stop loss, ended up losing a little bit of money. But you can't win them all. It's full transparency. I wish I could tell you that they all worked out perfect. Like yesterday, we were coming off a big win of north of $2,000. So today gave a little bit of that back, but the strategy still remained strong and was very, hit a lot of trades. Came really close on a couple of them, but you're going to have those days where things just work out and other days where, it's just not your day. But all in all, wasn't too bad. Only lost $700 after a $2,000 win yesterday. So can't be too upset about that because the trades were still good ones. They just didn't happen to work.